Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Children, as you know that we have started our chapter Fun with Magnets, and in our last live class we have reached up to such part. Today we will recap our topic. Along with it we will learn about poles of magnet and also about how to find directions by using magnet. Let us recall the topics that we have learned. Magnet is a metallic object which attracts iron, made or magnetic things. Also we know that we get magnet from magnetite, which is an ore of iron which has magnetic properties, or a straw or a rock which has been given the name as magnetite. Children, you know that magnet has been divided into two types: natural magnets. The magnetite is called natural magnet that we get from nature, and artificial magnet means the magnet formed by pieces of iron, nickel and cobalt which is made by man. It is called as artificial magnet. So then what will be the magnetism? Children, when it comes to magnet, there is a property to attract things made up of iron, cobalt or nickel towards itself. And this property of magnet is called as magnetism. So when we talk about these things, so there are different shapes of magnets which are made of different materials in different shapes: bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical magnet. And we use it to find a number of places, for example refrigerator's door, some pencil boxes, many toys, magnetic stickers, soap stand, pin stand. All these make use of a magnet for their functioning. And we know that the objects have divided into two parts: magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. So the materials which get attracted towards the magnet are known as magnetic materials like iron, nickel and cobalt, and the materials which are not attracted towards the magnet are known as non-magnetic materials. For example, leather, plastic, cloth, paper. Today scientists have known that magnets interact with metals also. So they have given them different shape and the names. You can see in the picture, they are made into many shapes and sizes: horseshoe magnet, button magnet, ring magnet, straight bar, U shape. And children, you are also getting magnets of different shapes as a toys also. Here also you are finding some example like cylindrical magnet, circular magnet, U-shaped magnet. All these are the examples of different types of magnet depending upon their shapes. Now we have come towards our property of magnet. That was activity 3, in which we have found that when the magnetic piece or the bar magnet is taken over the soil or sand, it is rubbed against the soil or sand, so it attracts some particles on it which are sticking on those magnet. When we gently shake the magnet, we remove some particles. Okay, and some particles are still sticking to it. So we can say that the particles which are sticking, this might be iron filings or the magnetic materials. Because of this activity, children, you can find out whether the soil or sand contain iron or not. So you can try this activity near your home, school, places that where you visit. Collect the soil sample of different places and try to find out where you will find some material sticking to the magnet, which will be iron filings. So the table has been given to you in your textbook that you need to fill out. Now we are coming towards another topic of the chapter, that is poles of magnet. Children, when we observe iron filings, you will find that they are actually sticking at the two corners of the magnet. The special thing you can see about the sticking of iron filings, by which we can conclude that there are the ends of the magnet where the magnetic force is concentrated, means very high. So in that corners, magnets attract more number of pieces. So such kind of poles are called as magnetic poles. So every magnet has two poles, north pole and south pole. That also we will understand how do we call them north and south pole. So here we came to know the ends of magnets are called magnetic poles, and the magnet have two magnetic poles, north pole and south pole. Now children, here is another activity where you will find that if you will spread some iron fillings on a sheet of paper and place a bar magnet on this sheet, what will you observe? Do the iron fillings stick all over the magnet? Or do you observe that more iron fillings get attracted to some part of the magnet than the others? Yes, if you will remove the iron fillings sticking to the magnet, you will find that some iron fillings are sticking at the corners, and those corners are called as poles of the magnet. So we can say that the poles of the magnets have strong magnetic attraction than the middle part. So we find that iron fillings are attracted more towards the region at the which are close or which is at the end of the magnet. So here children, we have learnt about the magnet, and we have learned about the poles of magnet. Now let us see how magnets are useful to find the direction. Children, you know that in ancient times actually magnets were known to people for direction only, to calculate the direction. You might have read many interesting stories about the uses of magnets, and when you read, there was a story of emperor in China named Hong Ti. Children, it was actually said about that emperor that he had a statue in his chariot, and that statue of a lady which could rotate in any direction. It has an extended arm. So as it was showing the way, like where they have to go. This statue had interesting property actually. It would rest in such a position that its extended arm always pointed towards south. So by which one can identify where is the south direction. And by looking at the extended arm of the statue, Emperor was also able to locate the directions when he went to new places on his chariot. So this is what this skull, this doll on the chariot help him to identify the direction. In the similar manner, to learn the direction with a bar magnet, we will do activity 5. You should have to place a retort stand on the table. Take a bar magnet, tie a thread at the middle of magnet. Now suspend it freely from the retort stand and wait until the bar magnet comes to rest. So children, from this activity you will find that magnet can rotate freely and it will come to rest position, and you should mark those points to the ground as shown the position of the end of the magnet when it comes to rest. Now you join the line with these 2 points or end point of that magnet. This line will show the direction in which the magnet was pointing in its position of rest. Now you should rotate it gently and try to get, you will find that it is again coming to the same position. And you will find that the magnet always comes to rest in the same direction. So you can judge this mystery behind the statue of the Emperor Chariot, that he was having this magnet present in that doll. You can repeat this activity with iron ball, plastic or wooden scale. Instead of all these a magnet, you should not use objects for this activity children, and avoid doing it where there are currents of air. So the materials always having come to rest in the same direction. So what you can conclude from this activity actually? The end of the magnet which points towards the north when magnet is free to turn on a vertical axis is the north-seeking pole. While it's a north-seeking pole, simply the north pole. In the similar manner, the point which is directing towards south, it is south-seeking pole or simply the south pole. So from here we find that freely suspended magnet always comes to rest in a particular direction, which is nothing but the north-south direction, and use the direction of the rising sun in the morning to find out the rough directions towards east where you are doing this experiment. Yes, you can find out that using the sun for finding directions may not easy, but you can try to find out that direction by using the shadow. If you stand facing east, to your left will be north using the sun. Directions may or may not be found which is exact, but it will help us to make out the direction from north or south pole. Using this, you can see the end of the magnet that points towards north is called north seeking pole or simply north pole, and the other end that points towards the south is called south seeking pole or south pole. So we can learn about the magnet. All magnets have actually two poles, whatever their shape, north pole and south pole. And this property is very useful, children. For centuries, travelers have been making use of this. And even you know that there is a compass. Later on, a device was developed based on these properties of magnet. It is known as compass. All of you underline. A compass is usually a small box with a glass cover on it. So the magnetic needle is pivoted inside the compass, you know that, which can rotate freely with directions marked on it. And the compass is kept at the place where we wish to know the direction. So in this way, compass is helpful for getting the direction. Here we have come to know about north direction of magnet. Also we have seen finding directions using magnets, where we learned that magnetic compass. We should check the compass before use. Needle should rotate freely. If the case is liquid filled, check it out for leaks. A bearing capacity should turn freely but not to be loose. Be sure the compass is marked in degrees, some use miles. So from there you can conclude that how the compass work. Children, I want you to read these pages 128 and 120 to 9 and try to find out what we have learned and revise it. In the next topic, we will learn about how to make your own magnet. Till that time, take care of yourself. Thank you everyone. Feel free to ask if you have any query regarding today's thought part. Thank you all of you.